Hello, good afternoon, and thanks for joining us on the news updates at 1. My name is Goodluck Inani, and reminded that the news is reaching you live from NTA Benin Network Center. And I will begin the news now. Social media has continued to serve as a veritable platform for robust political discussions, debates, and engagement. For this reason, politicians and their supporters in Nigeria, like in other parts of the world, utilize social media to drive their political programs and activities. In this report, Jude Abugu takes a look at the impact social media has on politics.
The ease and speed of communication through social media, coupled with the abilities of online platforms to reach large number of people in a matter of seconds, have made social media an indispensable tool for many individuals and organizations. In politics, analysts believe the impacts transcend the primordial information sharing and exchange of ideas.
I think it's going to make information very, very easy for people to get, and also education very easy for people to get. And then I feel that for the election, the social media is very good because it will tell us what is happening on the spot.
Despite the high rate of social media utilization in politics and elections, experts differ in their opinions on efficacy of social media to influence political decisions.
The social media will remain a veritable platform for even the politicians themselves to gauge the mood of the nation. Most of these views don't have to be scientific because citizens are generators of views.
Majority of Nigerians actually live in rural areas, where the social media has not been able to get access to, So the discussion is around the urban centers.
We are in the era of digital. The area of analog has passed. Be social media campaign or politically and so on and so forth, it helps.
Major political parties and candidates in forthcoming Nigeria's elections have continued to increase their visibility on social media platforms in recent times. This, respondents advise, should be done with caution.
Sometimes the candidates are not the ones that do these things, they are followers. They should also be wary of followers who will use the social media, against the other opponents negatively. Because the boomerang effect can be negative on them.
Research has shown that Twitter, Facebook, and blogs have continued to be the mostly used online platforms in politics. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
And now to security matters. 17 suspected internet fraudsters have been arrested by the operatives of the Benin Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Now, EFCC made this known in its series of tweets this Monday. The anti-graft agency says the suspects were arrested in their hideout in Benin City following actionable intelligence received by the commission. The suspects were identified as Arebu Julius, Ebechuwa Victory Ovie, John Wagwe, Edward Aswelme, Oye Kasande, Omofere Osamediame, Calvin Emmanuel, Osamediame Ganjili, Good Day Osaranti, and Odainde Osaranti. Others are Destiny Enobahari, Daniel Collins, Collins Edubo, Chukwe Meka Johnson, Omofunwa Gospar, and Progress Edeagu. Items recovered in a different location at the points of their arrest are phones, laptops, and 7 vehicles of different brands. EFCC also adds that the suspects will be charged to court as soon as investigations are concluded. And now to other matters. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has described the continuous importation of fuel into the nation as patriotic shame. This is coming on the heels of the locked pact between NNPC and Dangote Refinery to supply crude oil for 20 years. Elizabeth Moko reports that Governor Obaseki was with Alhaji Aliko Dangote at an engagement in Ewohimi.
The federal government at the State House ministerial briefing organized by the Presidential Communications Team recently in Abuja disclosed plans to stop the importation of petroleum products into the country by June 2023. Reasons that the combined output of Nigeria's refineries being revamped and Dangote refinery would be enough to stop importation. These agreements aimed at helping the country sidestep the likely crude oil glut that will follow as more countries move away to cleaner energy. Governor Basiki says is a welcome development.
Is it not a shame that we are importing fuel, and whereas we are one of the largest producers of crude oil on the continent? I mean, it's a thing of shame. As Chimanda will say, this is what you call patriotic shame. We shouldn't be importing fuel at this stage of our lives as a country.
For Alhaji Aliko Dangote, there are hopes that the 2023 deal will help solve petroleum importation challenge and provide petroleum products to Nigerians.
It cannot provide for Nigeria and Africa. It will provide fully for Nigeria and some part of West and Central Africa. And we hope by next year we should be able to do so.
The plans of the federal government to restore refinery to usage is to completely eliminate importation of petroleum products into the country. Observers say Nigeria will be a hub of export of petroleum products, not just to the West African countries, but to the world at large. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NTN News.
Now talking education, granting total autonomy to universities in Nigeria will compound the problem of the nation's public universities. Guests on NTA flagship program Good Morning Nigeria expressed this while discussing university autonomy as a lasting solution to the incessant industrial action by university workers. Now, Jude Abugu monitored the discussion and now reports.
University autonomy has been promoted in some quarters, entails academic freedom, financial autonomy, and independence of the governing council to run the affairs of universities. Some of these freedoms, discussants, however, explained, are already being enjoyed by universities in the country. From Benin Network Studio, Professor Ibrahim Garba noted that even private universities do not have total autonomy, as there are agencies regulating and guiding activities and operations of universities in the country.
We are in education business. First of all, there must be a national education agenda, philosophy, and aspirations in which anybody that operates within that framework, or within that sector, should conform to. So what I mean is that if you now aspire to have an autonomy, now what autonomy for what? Nobody will give you autonomy to do whatever you want. No university on earth has total autonomy.
He does not also believe that financial autonomy will be the solution to ending the current impasse between government and university workers.
In many parts of the world today, everything is centered around students first, before anything else. So we must begin to engage our students. Let our students understand that they are building a future within a framework that they also must invest. And the more they invest, the better for the system.
Some residents added voice to the autonomy and self-sustainability of public universities discourse.
When the schools are the university becomes self-sustaining, autonomous and all of that, it means that you are invariably converting them to private universities. And so no poor person can afford to educate any child.
Again, I do not believe in government taking off their hands and leaving the universities, to generate their own revenue, because it might place higher education beyond the reach of the average man.
With the current situation in nation's university education system, they are therefore of the view that focus should be on better funding and transparency in administration of university education in Nigeria. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
And back home now, Governor Gordon Obaseki wants all Edo youths to take advantage of available opportunities to develop their potentials in order to excel in their chosen careers. This was when he received delegates from the Benin River Port led by its chairman, Greg Ogbeifo, at the government house. Elizabeth Omoko reports that Governor Obaseki rewarded 10 Edo scholars with $5,000 cash gift each for representing the states in the Committee of States.
The group is on a visit to formally introduce to Governor Obaseki the 10 students of Edo origin who bagged scholarship awards from the federal government through the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, the NAMSA. Governor Gordon Obaseki is happy with the performance of the students during the November 2021 NAMSA competition. He promises to sustain and improve the education sector and announced a cash gift of $5,000 each for the 10 students.
You are setting an example, a shining example of what those of us, those adult sons and daughters who have excelled, who have gone outside, excelled in their private lives, their private businesses, but still have this desire and need to come and contribute to their home. You are surely a shining example, because today's event would not have been possible but for your interest, commitment, and dedication.
For the leader of the delegation, the Governor Obaseki administration's determination towards driving economic growth is applaudable.
When in the first few months of your first administration, you conceived the idea of exploring the possibility of opening up Edo State to the sea. I was privileged to be part of that at this stage. Little did you realize that that humble seed was going to lead to what we are witnessing today.
The scholars whose traveling documents have been processed by NEMANSA with payment of all necessary academic dues got admission into the university to study engineering-related courses. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NT News.
And congratulations to the students there. And as the world commemorates International Day for Charity, emphasis is laid on people of all strata lending a helping hand to those in need, provide care and support to the less privileged. Frankie Ehigato tells us more on the significance of the day.
The International Day of Charity, declared by the United Nations in 2012, is observed annually on 5th September. The day is set aside to raise awareness and provide common platform for charity-related activities all over the world. The day also promotes charitable, philanthropic, and volunteer organizations touching lives at local, national, regional, and international levels. Some charity workers believe that the act of charity should be done without necessarily looking for any form of reward, but with a willing heart for the betterment of the society.
Like saying charity is love, loving others, and doing to others what you would love others to do to you.
Charity, I would say, is from the heart. Giving freely of yourselves, humanitarian services, and all about what you can render to humanity.
The person to which you do charity, you extend charity, that person becomes better. You do it not for any personal aggrandizement, not for any personal material or financial reward. You just feel glad, you just feel happy being able to impact on that to whom you are doing charity.
They want organizations and individuals all over the world to rise up to the challenge and give hope to the people who are in dire need of support. In Benin, Frankie Ehigiato, NTA News.
Now this news is being streamed on our YouTube channel, NTA Benin. You can subscribe and be part of the news online And you can reach out to NTA Newsroom on any breaking news and happenings in Edo State via our number 091-535-59648. You can also send WhatsApp messages to the same number. We'll take our first break now. The news resumes shortly. Don't go away.
Two things will excite you: the want and welcome of its people, and of course, the class and style of its hospitality business. Randeki Gold, home of hospitality like no other, located in one of the most serene environments in the ancient city, truly classy and exquisite with world-class facilities, fully equipped digital multipurpose hall with life-size, ultra-high definition LED screen, 180 square meters king-size swimming pool with bubble bath, enough to leave you breathless. The exotic Ariel's Bistro and Grill restaurant with variety of continental dishes, especially some of the rarest delicacies you can find in town. Fact is, a visit will truly convince you that we are gold. Randeki Gold is the gold wing of the prestigious Randeki Royal Hotel at 6 Henry Street off Ihama and Boundary Roads, GRA Benin City. www.randekihotels.com. Randeki Gold, our hospitality is gold.
Do you live in Aduawa and its environment? Or you need a conducive and open field in Aduawa for your wedding receptions, birthday parties, annual ceremonies, family or corporate events in a serene and conducive environment that is close to nature? Then look no further. NTA Benin Aduawa is the place for you. NTA Benin Aduawa has a large field for all your other events and ceremonies. Also, at NTA Corporate Headquarters, TV Road, we have a state-of-the-art, fully air-conditioned, ultra-modern hall for all kinds of indoor events with a standby generating set to ensure constant power supply. We also have the NTA Pavilion for all your outdoors events at the same venue. Guess what? Our prices are affordable. Locations are easily accessible. Venues conducive and highly secure. Our outside broadcast van is available 24 hours and can broadcast your event live. And above all, you can air your event on our award-winning programs like Events and Style. Wow, what are you waiting for? Grab this opportunity and have your celebration in a grand style. For inquiries and bookings, please call NTA Benin, the award-winning station.
Thanks for staying tuned. And now the people of Oke-Roma community in Ipoboha local government area of Edo State have appealed to the Edo State government and relevant security agencies to intervene and restore order in their community, which they say has been taken over by some persons they described as miscreants. They made the appeal during an interaction with newsmen at the press center of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Edo State Council. Dennis Temple was there for NTA News.
The people of Okoroma community in the Oha Area Council of Edo State are in the news. This time, they are alleging that one Monday Osasune and Amos Abie connived with some prison escapees and hired thugs to cause actions capable of preaching public peace in the community.
When I was in primary school, I know there are many tribes there. I grew up, I met the Igbos, I met the Urhobos, I met the Ishan. I met them there. How can a visitor I brought in, they said they are taking over a community? It's not done. It's not safe for the indigenous, it's not safe for the passerby. I need to clean that place.
The people alleged that the ripple effects of the recent jailbreak at Oko Correctional Center in Benin City have begun to rear its ugly head in their community. Hence, the village heads want the police and relevant authorities to intervene on their behalf.
There's kidnapping. They have a series of AK-47. There are a lot of escapees that ran away with AK-47. They are there.
Let we citizens go there now at all. With our wife, like me now, get almost two wives there. Since that day now, they know they go there again.
We are using this medium to beg the governor, to beg the 4th Brigade, and beg police, CP, IG to come to our rescue.
A series of actions and complaints have been made by this community, urging government and other relevant authorities to come to their aid. In Benin, Dennis Temple, NTA News.
And now the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Edo State, is happy with the state government on the giant strides recorded in putting in place critical infrastructure for socio-economic growth. The union gave the commendation at the close of a media tour of some projects in Edo South Senatorial District. Yours sincerely was there.
The exercise, which afforded journalists opportunity to have first-hand information, began with the multi-billion naira project in education, including the Government Science Technical College Benin City in Ego local government, which has been completed and put into use by students. The state government's quest to reposition higher education was practically demonstrated at the College of Agriculture Igoriahi of Yas Southwest local government with the construction of the state-of-the-art facility.
Admin block is ready, the 250 capacity is ready, the other buildings is just painting and a little finishings.
Then the completed Model College of Education Abudu, just as the state-owned Polytechnic Hussein equally benefited from the gesture of the state government.
We, the entire youth of Abudu and members of this community, are grateful to the governor for starting this project here in our community. I want to use this opportunity to urge him for formal opening of the school.
And I'm happy to announce to you that our students, they are doing very well in different areas.
The team also visited the Osiomo power plant that supplies electricity to all government buildings and facilities in the state. Other projects visited were the ongoing multi-billion naira Benin City Mall, designed to encompass cinema, an e-library and restaurants, remodeled Edo State Secretariat building, which has beautified the city landscape, the permanent sites of the NYC orientation camp in Ovia Northeast at 90% completion, and the John Odigio Oyegun Public Service Academy designed to build the capacity of civil servants, as well as the proposed Ministry of Agriculture complex at the premises of the ADP.
The John Odigio Oyegun Public Service Academy is a brainchild of Governor Godwin Nogegase Obaseki. We're going to be running training programs from soft skills training to technical skills training, leadership training, and professional development trainings.
His Excellency picture is to make a agricultural program, agricultural hub.
Festus Alehe is the chairman, NUJ, Edo State.
Let me quickly use the opportunity to dispel this insinuation by some observers that we are doing the bidding of Edo State government. The governor comes to the government house to tell people, I have done A to B, C, D, and then whose responsibility it is to therefore go and interrogate whether these projects that the governor is talking about have been done. It is the journalists. What we have seen all over will be reported, and then we advise government on some areas where they haven't done well.
The tour continues with Edo North Senatorial Zone. In Benin, good luck in Naini, NTA News.
We'll take a break now. The concluding segment. When we return, stay with us.
Hello there! Welcome to the newest lounge in the ancient city of Benin, Hyperion Lounge, a lounge with good food, music, drinks, karaoke, networking, exclusive for VVIP, and a relaxed environment to meet the right people. Hyperion Lounge is situated at rooftop floor, which has a panoramic view of the city. Visit us at 76 Akpakava Central Hotel, Efedosa Signature, opposite First Bank, Benin City. For seat reservation, call 091-5111-1123. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Hyperion Central. Email info@hyperioncentral@gmail.com. All COVID-19 guidelines is strictly adhered. Hyperion Lounge. Exclusivity redefined.
It was really a tough battle. We were 29 and I think we were about 2 women.
I couldn't sort of buy the equipment as quickly as I went, but I thank God.
In Nigeria, I became the first lady that specialized in psychiatry.
against the senior advocate.
Were there challenges?
So many of the men folk wanted to take me out of my business.
Thanks for staying tuned. And now the State Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu has felicitated with Chief Michael Giadome on his 76th birthday anniversary. In a statement, the Deputy Governor says his tenure as two-time Deputy Governor of the state and Chief of Staff to the former President, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, speak volume of his tenacity, diligence, and loyalty as a tested and trusted manager of human capital and financial resources. Shaibu described Chief Ogiadome as a responsible family man, dependable leader, committed and loyal People's Democratic faithful, whose passionate quest is the society, adding that his character and charisma makes him an inspirational personality who connects with many irrespective of tongue, gender, religious, or political affiliations. The Deputy Governor praised God Almighty to continue to bless him with good health, sound mind, and long life in the years ahead. And now talking sports. Wife of Edo State Governor Bessie Obaseki was on inspection tour of the Samuel Bumudia Sports Facility in preparation for the second edition of Bessie Obaseki Football Tournament, scheduled to kick off this Wednesday in Benin. The Permanent Secretary, Edo State Sports Commission, Sabina Chikere, took the governor's wife on a guided tour of the facilities.
The Samuel Bumudia Stadium will play host to the opening and closing ceremonies of the game, while other facilities outside the stadium will be used for the competition. The football tournament is aimed at combating drug abuse in Nigeria. It will also feature topical issues affecting girls, with 13 teams expected to participate at the tournament.
It's not something that we decided to do for a few times. So we decided to do for any other reason other than one that would have a long-lasting impact on our girls, not just our girls here in Edo State, but across the country. And trying to provide our girls with alternatives for earning dollars and for finding, work and building a career, gratifying and meaningful career at home.
Plans to have other sports activities aside football, the wife of the governor says, are on.
It was world-class from day one. And for a first outing to have gotten international recognition and acclaim, it says a lot.
Winner of this year's edition is expected to go home with 5 million naira. The second edition of the competition will hold from 7th September to 17th September 2022. In Benin, Elizabeth Famako, NTA News.
Elizabeth, reports conclude our bulletin at 1. Do join us later in the evening at 7 p.m. for our comprehensive news package. Until then, have a nice time.